Let me adjust this shit.
Like you said, toe just hitting that side.
Didn't even really complete that snap. That is a major blow for the South Carolina defense. By the way, that defensive tackle rotation is somewhat limited as well. So the interior, they're saying we might have to slide some of our edge rushers inside. Well, now you're down your best performer, maybe defensively and certainly from that edge rusher position.
And he's a stoic guy, too. You saw that passion coming out of him there.
Yeah, John,
Say with Oklahoma players understand the frustration as he's off the field. And the Sooners have a fresh set of downs at their own 32. Mateer, Blaylock, and Torrey ahead to the 38, where DQ Smith makes the tackle.
That's a really patient run by Blaylock. Well, I'm impressed by this young running back. You see it, he sets up his blocks well that time. Just a little bit of a stutter step. Buys that second level defender to fight inside.
Line of scrimmage. To Satania. It's a first down. Up near midfield, straddling the sideline. Up to the 46, where he's pushed out by Gerald Kilgore. Satania's come on in the last month. Last 4 games, he has 24 catches, 3 touchdowns.
And now emerging, right? We talked about it a second ago. Got that early target. Ball was behind him on the very first play of the game. Hadn't seen him since. Showed him big on that third down, and now again on this conversion. Ground game, boy, Blaylock closing in on his season high. Going for 100 million this year. He's got 77 already in this game.
But another Sooner first down, and the Sooner ground game is the story in the first half.
Watch this. It doesn't slice too far up to it. No edge to that defense, meaning they're sure out there to throw the runner back inside. 25 guys.
Robinson gets it again and gets down inside the 25 to the 24. The Gamecock. I believe that's Zulu. How about for a defensive injury? Zulu came in the game for Dylan Stewart. And he's on a knee at the 32. Other player, Matt, from Marlboro, Maryland.
Challenge, the awareness that you have to have a little bit. Well, we mentioned South Carolina shorthanded, especially along that defensive front. Defensive tackle was the question mark, and now you see, so Missoula, he's coming out. Dylan Stewart looks like he's probably done. He's certainly banged up. But the plays are piling up now. So you've got 26 offensive snaps for Oklahoma. But a lot of these on the ground, it's longer drive, a 10-play drive, a 7-play drive, a 9-play drive now. In the backup, so you don't have a ton.
It's like consistent. Y'all want to go down.
That defensive front.
Highest gear is out there. Of course, Brian Thomas is on the other side, where Stewart typically operates. Second and 6 Oklahoma. Inside the Gamecocks 25. Blaylock and Robinson and got the Sooners down to this point. And now the zero throw. One-on-one. Over the head of Javante Gibson. Good coverage down there by Miles Norwood, third down.
As we mentioned, a lot of these third and longs have managed them well in the four-season. Some of the teams will do that South Carolina rush without a Dylan Stewart carving off of that edge. And now, of course, you will off the edge as well. A couple of backups, obviously, but Brian Thomas still out there. That allows you to focus your protection towards the 46 at times.
That's another Sooner first down. They're 5 of 6. Moving the chains on third down in the first half.
Really strong. They're moving fast down the list.
Tackle just outside the 10 by D.Q. Smith. With 1 turn man, got James availability. Being a feature back to this over the long range. Blaylock and Robinson that have gotten them down to this point.
Third down conversion, help them right down. That's South Carolina very much on their it's a trumpet.
Robinson, but it doesn't matter.
Count that as a reception. Job by Robinson. They can do an even better job. Push. Robinson gets it.
Sandell makes it 14-0. 13-play drive. Torrey Blaylock, the true freshman, scores the first one. Sophomore Xavier Robinson scores the second one. Sooners up 2 touchdowns.
World-class scholars and scientists are connected to protect the one world, one planet that connects us all. Scholars, check. Largest research engine in the state, check. The next generation realizing a new American dream, okay? Actually, it's better than check. It's OKLAHOMA. It's the one university where one OU family makes up the one and only Oklahoma.
These two schools are here.
I recommend cascade platforms. Sponsors more social and rinsing action. Plus, the rinse lead done. Breaking down 100% most of God.
That's impressive.
It works so well. Cascade. Recommended safe.
We all need fiber for our digestive health. Less than 10% of us get enough each day. Good thing Metamucil gummies are an easy way to get prebiotic and fiber with the same amount of fiber as 2 cups of broccoli. Metamucil gummies.
Incoming enemy. Prepare for conflict.
Put it on a dishwasher, but only use it for storage or as a drying rack. Get better results than hand washing with your dishwasher with Escape Platinum Plus. The dishwasher does the work for you with temperatures up to 140 degrees. Too hot for hands. Some dishwashers even have a sanitizing cycle. Load pots, pans, and tableware at the bottom with plastic and glassware on top. Escape Platinum Plus removes visible and invisible residue for virtually spot-free and shiny dishes. Switch to your dishwasher and Escape.
This is the SEC Network Football Weekday. Since the Friday previews, we have you covered throughout the season. Every show also available. South Carolina, 2 scores with the Oklahoma Bill. The 6 games to follow. 3 of them tonight. In the red zone has been terrific. 17 touchdowns in perfect 22. Sandell has kicked field goals the 5 times that they haven't gotten it into the red zone. It's first season, I think it's Washington State.
Harper, that goes through.
South Carolina's at the 25-yard line. Brent Venables was at Clemson. A 7-2 record against South Carolina as the defensive coordinator there, 4-1 here in Columbia. Winning a couple of national championships as the defensive coordinator there in the 10-year span. That's how he's known in this state. And of course, in his fourth season as the head coach at OU, 27-18 record, 6-7, 10-3, 6-7. Now 5-1, ranked 14th in the country in year number 4. That's the innocent minds there is in the game. Lenora Sellers is under pressure. Go out of bounds and lose 5 yards on the play. EJ Adibarova there with them, and that'll count as a sack.
End up with those negative yardage play. It's that pressure right on the inside of the challenge. You've got a mobile quarterback. You can pressure with the inside out. Which was going for a quarterback like Lenora Sellers to puncture that pocket vertically, just as good as a run. If you get that pressure inside out and force the flush, force the quarterback. Defense get around.
On 2nd and 15, here comes more pressure, and Sellers can't escape. Racing the ball into the snap.
My senses have picked up something.
As you see running downhill, both linebackers right downhill. She uses that protection on the inside. Cody McKenzie leading the charge along with Kip Lewis. That back-to-back play. South protection just doesn't hold up inside out. So it's flushed on the first one, sack on the second one. This defense is outstanding.
Third and 26. So Lenora Sellers just going to throw underneath. And it's going to be face on. Keep the ball to climb up in the 15.
Fans don't like it. I don't know if the fans will. Drop back for 7 steps. A little fun pass down. Another sack. Right there. Possession into a catastrophic one. Walk the football away and see if your defense can't hold up. Great job.
Yeah, I'll see that.
Defensively, we talked about coming into this game. 46% offensive snap versus that's outstanding.
It's in long, a 39-yard punt the first time for the freshman. Centennial waiting at his 40-yard line. Good punt runs there. Pass called by Centennial at the 39. 46-yard punt as a flag comes in here at the end of the play.
The punt was caught. Either way, it's going to be against Oklahoma.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the receiving team, number 14, throwing the player to the ground. 15-yard penalty, first down. And that means that the Sooners will be backed up inside their own 40. They're up 2 touchdowns in Columbia.
Struggling with impossible messes in your tub and shower? Some cleaning sprays can be ineffective. Switch to Mr. Clean Combi Magic Eraser. Simply add water to effortlessly cut through 100% of soap, scum, and grime, and get Mr. Clean extra durable throughout your home. In the kitchen for your cleaning, to the walls for your stuffy ones. It erases 3 times more for the carpenter's wife. Switch to Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. Brand power. Buy that. What if my phone cuts stuff? Very helping for a sign of emotional unraveling?
Not at all. It is a sign you need new Secret Clinical Antiperspirant with 3 times sweat protection.
But what if I have sensitive skin?
The secret is made with luxury skincare ingredients. like a unique hyaluronic acid and selectively strengthens your skin barrier with every use. For antiperspirant that's also anti-irritation. That much.
Master, we energize.
Stop again.
So congested.
You need Sinex from Vicks.
Just Sinex. Breathe. What? It's Sinex. Breathe.
True South flows into Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Follow an artist's path, even a roadside temple in search of beauty. True South, Ocean Springs, Mississippi.
South Sundays on ESPN and streaming on all new ESPN.
How about the game plan for Ben Arbuckle so far, the offensive coordinator in Oklahoma in his first season, coming over from Washington State, where he coached John Mateer and Cam Ward. Of course, Ward now plays for the Tennessee Titans. I said, is Mateer as confident as you are? And Ward said, well, I don't know that anyone is, but he's a little crazy like I am. Obviously playing through the hand injury last week, handing it off quite a bit here in Columbia. In this game, Torrey Blaylock stands next to Mateer, and Torrey, as the freshman, gets the ball here on the first penalty.
Yeah, they've been very successful in doing it already, closing their season average. Coming into this game, not a highly ranked rushing offense, 13th coming in at 122 yards a game.
Gets a couple of yards up to the 29. Aaron makes the tackle. South Carolina's interior, their line has actually been banged up. But Aaron is good to go today. They need him to step up here on this third down. Third downs have been mistakes.
They're scouting. They know where he's going to want to try to go with this football. Get the ball out quickly. Satay, great job by Kilgore. He jumps that slam. The Sooners lucky to retain possession to have an unbelievable football way to beautiful exceptional ball on. Excellent awareness by number 24.
Kilgore goes off the field. Bakari Swain goes back there to field this punt. Dealing with a dislocated finger that he suffered in practice this week. South Carolina will have good field position.
That's two bad calls out of Miller. Bones of bounce was flying out. Good position. These guys, they got to find a way to not only protect their passer, but what they're doing here. The guys, he's back to amazing. So this rotation.
Stellar makes the grab, and the man was stealing flag. It's like so it's personal foul.
got feeling that we had to do the end of the road again with the automatic first down.
Oklahoma for 50 yards.
That's 30 yards. They're just a couple unnecessary run this calls. You got one on the play. And they clearly he's out of bounds. You know, you're looking at all your teammates and the champions. You know, hey, take them out of bounds. That's your opponent's got to agree. You know, Norris telling them
They share many meals with little brother Jacob. Here today, Norris has about 70 pounds on the brother. He keeps it here. And it's something's pushing him down to the 18-yard line. We're wondering if you can see the design quarterback run called by HJ. That Venables, the defensive coordinator and head coach for Oklahoma, says he's afraid that Norris was just this or just that, but he's all of the above. Second down, he throws. That's a high ball. Good catch.
Did you say that Ravius? He's getting everything already.
That's what's in the middle of the first one. He had to instead.
Take it, yeah. Hell, you got a hole up here.
This offense, the super defense, it's a big problem area. The last two times out for South Carolina.
Hey, that's pretty good.
To the 15-yard line. It certainly looked like he did. Yellow line, the yardage marker of the chain game. All our position in the 15. Let's take another look.
The ball's in his right arm. It's hard to get a shot at when you get a down-the-line shot. The ball's in his right arm. He steps out of bounds. It's where the ball is when he's established down. Crossing that boundary.
There's some frustration there from Jake Beaver. Just put your head down. Get the first down.
Gets some stops in the ground. Extend his left foot. That was pretty bad. That is all of this. Let's extend the left foot late. The ball's in his right arm.
Stepping on the 15-yard line. And that's exactly where he needed to get. It's your call.
After review, it is a first down. As I mentioned, Jordan Abel holding sticks. Todd Davis, trench run from Kentucky, made that play possible. Everybody in the stadium, I think it's a real struggles in South Carolina's had offensively, facing another year back in state.
Got it.
That's interference on the defense. Come on, nothing first down. South Carolina, no time for ourselves to get this ball out. See him. Just a big grab. He's really.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
James, yeah.
Here home, got me guy hit me. Yeah, definitely going to nigga.
Pass interference on the defense number 23. Southern Guard Indian zones. Left with the ball to the left of the 2-yard line. Automatic first down. Sometimes you can line up opposite Nick Carter. Have that, fight or flight survival instinct. This guy's 6'5". It's 5'9". So you're forfeiting about 8 inches off one of those 40 pounds. Left, and they're on the short step against the Sooners.
Got it. Stop admire and start climbing.
I've heard these are effort. Give me more.
43,548 steps to reach the top.
Look at that. Okay, love it.
Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight that may occur before treatment can change.
emergency. Dermatologist prescribed biologics and psoriasis. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
So that's why it's SEC season ever.
Up and down the schedule. No conference with more epic rivalries. Like cornbread versus biscuits. Cornbread versus biscuits. That's the flop. Biscuits by 2 touchdowns. Easy. Are you kidding me? Cornbread. 56-0 at halftime. Okay. Stop. Cornbread versus biscuits. General. Game over.
Football Center. Starting at 9 a.m. on SEC Network and the following ESPN app. This is SEC. Swing along on SEC.
Yes, yeah.
Y'all come up with the flu. It's halftime before we get you updated. Sean Elliott, former interim head coach for the Gamecocks and assistant now the offensive line coach. These guys can push around some starters here as Steelers is number 1. Jake Jackson. That's exercise. Whistles in there. Heck of a job by the Sooner Demons. That's 220 pounds. Oh, check. Second yard time out of the half. Second time out. It's a massive part of the game here, Ben, because South Carolina does get the football first to start the second half. So 7 points out of here is critical. They got to have the possession for South Carolina. They're able to march it down earlier. He came away empty-handed. Tried to fight, scratch, and claw. They had a few one, obviously, on the North Steelers run just to extend this drive. They were able to do that. And now the question becomes, the mindset here, where it's third down, trying to attitude run, short kind of bouncing. Y'all want to stand behind those blockers. Quarterback ends up keeping this football and keep in mind. They've got 8 minutes inside of his advantage. A thriller.
So to the it's wood up there. Hitting the wood? Yeah, he sent out the way.
It's blind and extra offensive lineman that time. He just loses at the point of attack. DeBola, Ajay Dale comes into the game, the freshman from Georgia, given all the injuries that South Carolina went for it down here inside the 10 already and didn't get it. And here they are again inside the 3 on the 4th and goal. Your defense has only allowed 4 offensive touchdowns all year. South Carolina has been on OU side of the field 4 times. They have no points. And the offense is staying out there on this 4th down. It's a game. Tackle for loss. Taylor in this game by the Oklahoma Center defense. And a massive one at that. To back up the offense. Now you see. So try to get the football to a huge target and big Harvard is in full win. This match is at the privilege. Sellers looks to the top. He throws to the inside. Touchdown Harvard. Started out the right side of the 4 base. Lawrence Sellers, he wanted to work left. He was trying to get to his brother.
Motherfucker.
Shane Reaper's team had to have it with 1:43 to go here in the first half.
Right, and Oklahoma's been able to get home a lot. Watch Oscar Attaway. He's coming in pass protection. Wow. Well, that's pretty handsy. Got two officials back there looking at it. Regardless, South Carolina maybe gets away with one. That's what they took. To have just enough time to come back to Harvard. Nowhere to go. Trying to get it to Jaden Sellers to the left side of the formation. South Carolina needed it. They got it there.
That's their offensive line. Shedrick,
South Carolina really got it down to the line.
Shedrick Sharaf, their left guard, true freshman, banged up. Nolan Hay, one of their centers, is unavailable. Their right tackle, Keeson Henry's not in the game. Brian Rowe not playing at receiver. So they go to Jaden Sellers Day. The injuries are mounting for South Carolina, and that's just on offense. There are also defensive issues to deal with, Alyssa.
That's right, guys. Been telling you all day long about Dylan Stewart. He tried to come back in and goes off. He does have ice on that hip flexor, and he will be out for the remainder of this game.
It's Matt Suman. Desmond, Iruzulu. The shoulder pads. Suman has been in there. He's had to miss a couple plays. The game pretty well, but is back out there. They had a 3 and out the last time they were on offense. Robinson into the backfield and Xavier is back up near the 30. South Carolina has 2 timeouts left in the half. Not use one here. It's here. He's testing and tries to. Oh, it's a catch maker. First down up to the 39-yard line.
Second half.
It's here.
First down. That's trying to do something. This game, jump on it a little bit. This one is close. The opposite way. There it is. Excellent job. Back up there.
First and 20. 3 Sooners down. Third and 20. And there's a flag down.
Illegal formation on the offense, number 56, is not on the line of scrimmage. That's a 5-yard penalty. That penalty has been declined. It's second down.
And Matt, now as we were talking, we'll get the ball to start the second half. They still have 2 timeouts left here. So you can use those timeouts, assuming they don't give Oklahoma a first down, which was, of course, a problem earlier in this game.
And you see Oklahoma doing their best to go backwards here. Obviously want to do something with this possession, and South Carolina they can finally get the ball back.
And she runs a line of scrimmage ball to Cincy. And Dayz it in past the 33-yard line. Gamecocks are not using one of those 2 timeouts. Yes, now they will. Timeout, South Carolina. This is their second charge timeout of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout. Have one remaining. Trailing 14-7. It has been an up and down season for the Gamecocks so far this year, beat Virginia Tech in it. They whipped it home by Vanderbilt. Lenore Sellers injured in that game. And lost at Mizzou, Matt. We were talking about that earlier today. They had every chance in that game. In the other Columbia, beat Kentucky for their last home game. And again, had one on their racket last week at LSU. The score was 20-10. But if you watch that football game on SEC Network, you know South Carolina, in many ways, beat South Carolina.
No question. We're talking about it. It was scoring opportunities that went uncapitalized upon. And who knows? So there's a chance here defensively at 3rd and 2 plus. Smith is
South Carolina gets the cue that
decent chance. We've already seen the last 2 months with Oklahoma have not been good. You see, it will turn material to stop his feet. Down by Missoula, forcing him to stop his feet on the last roll around. Material just couldn't deliver and catch the ball. South Carolina's going to have a chance here offensively. This one I have.
Running has been a problem today for Grayson Miller. 18-yarder the last time he went out there. That's Marty Swain. Bandaged hand. Leading is 22. Swain.
Great job by Swain. I mean, he fields that cleanly. And he gets upfield right now, decisive, no dancing. Pick up those yards. But that incomplete pass, clock gets stopped. Get a nice return. 27 seconds to play with. And a timeout in your queue for South Carolina. All makes you a quarterback in Lenore Sellers. They can buy you time and hurt you with your legs. That's a tough spot for a defense. They have to be aware of the QB scramble.
32-yard return by Swain. Sellers throws underneath. To the field. That's ready to the game. Jake.
Incoming enemy. Prepare for conflict.
21 seconds to go.
But number 52 looks like shaking up a little bit. It's Nick Sharp who's in there left corner. Mentioned earlier, you said Shedrick Surratt.
Timeout, South Carolina. It's their final charge timeout of the half. Be a 30-second timeout.
Surratt started last week. He's banged up. That's what they said he was available. Watched it. He did not participate. See Sharp there on the sideline. South Carolina, he said, coming into this game, already had to make some changes.
Rodney Newsom is chipped in at left guard for 65. Gamecocks out of timeouts. Still need about another 15 yards to give William Joyce a good chance. He's never attempted a field goal longer than 49 yards. He takes that one against South Carolina State. 15 yards to get to that same point. On 2nd and 3, Sellers another short ball and another catch made. It's a first down by Brady Hunt. Down to the 36. The clock will stop with the first down, and South Carolina will try to clock it.
Well, tonight, Stanley were able to find right over the middle. So you have that timeout. You're hoping to get a first down on that previous pitch. You don't get it. Well, because the first down, right? Like you said, that change have to reset. Time enough to get up there and stop the clock. Not worried about the down. Marcus needed
My senses have picked up something.
If they get another play off here, if the ball is short of the first down marker, you don't get out of bounds. So let's see what Mike Shula calls here on the 2nd and 10. Sellers. Williams. Something. Puts them in the touchdowns. Clock's running. Can they get on the ball? And get out of bounds right there. But one thing you can't do is catch the ball inbounds, sort of a first down, and not get out of bounds. Well, Shane Beamer's guys like, look, you didn't give him a chance to get up and reset, and the defense is slowing him down. That's what the officiating crew is going to say here. South Carolina still in over. And it's the end of the first half. Never mind. There you go. Shane Beamer's not going to like the explanation. The catch made short of the line to get. And it's 14-7 Sooners. South to start the second half. And let's see what Brent Venables has to say. He's with Alyssa.
Coach, you just fired up with your team. How did that last time?
Had a great chance that we really took the air out of the stadium. And our defense is taking care of the balls and huge 4th down stops here today. So it's going to be a heck of a game second half.
What do you want to see more of from your offense in the second half?
Yeah, there's more to see. Ball control, staying in rhythm, creating big plays, just being efficient, and being smart with the ball.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks.
Yeah. His defense has been fantastic, especially in his own territory. It's 14-7 Oklahoma. Listening to Peter Burns in the Farm Ridge College Football Halftime Report.
Thank you so much. Indeed, it is a Farm Ridge. Peter Burns, Crystal Before, Benjamin Robinson, and Shane Beamer right before halftime. Okay, just wasn't necessarily happy with that. Ultimately, though, they got a little bit of momentum. Would you make that at least kind of second part of that first half?
Well, South Carolina, I mean, they got to drive at the end of that first half. But their story, I know, being able to protect Lord Sellers. He's only thrown for about 80 yards. They have about 170 yards of total offense, and primarily because Oklahoma is limited in South Carolina back. 8 tackles for loss. They average 10 a game, and so they're right on pace, actually. That's what you see with Lord Sellers. It seems like every single play, so they're not able to sustain drives. Definitely not playing well on third down, but they haven't converted on all day.
Yeah, the big story on defense on line there by Oklahoma. On the other side, Oklahoma finally being able to run the football. This is a team that was 13th in the conference when it came to rushing, 122 yards a game. They've already eclipsed that today, got 136 yards, averaging over 7 yards a carry. So kind of having their way, getting toward Blaylock going, which was nice to see. 13 carries in the first half for him, 82 yards. He's averaging over 6 yards a carry right now, finishing the runs, falling forward, bringing a little physicality to that offense. And this was an OU offense that had only got 32 yards rushing, 88 yards. The sweet previous SEC game. So, a little healthier here with Volunteer and doing some things to actually take some pressure off Volunteer, which is nice.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Defensive battle right now. Oklahoma holding South Carolina just 109 total. Shane last time Vanderbilt beat LSU. Garrett Nussmeier, Diego Pavia Party is.
It's so bare that song.
Jump LSU was up 3-0 in the kind of hearing this in the Colorado play this time. Yeah, they were struggling I think that defensive formation, I couldn't stand it. He had, it was like a wide open fairway with number 1 hole at St. Andrews. He up the middle, he does. Gets a touchdown, Yours up 7-3. Then Nussmeier finding big number 14, like a Benjamin Watson. He's much taller than I am, but I tell you what, Jaden, last week, Nussmeier can hit a lot, though. It feels like Vanderbilt is the aggressor today. Like I mentioned it last night to you, but I thought that this is a better team today. They've been able to have their way, great play call on offense. flush out of the pocket, 0. As they got Thomas. All the way to the house. It's times when LSU responds. Inside to chase points early.
The primary receiver there, he's called forecast. Tight at the Z's, but at the X, I mean, I think they found what he can do, and they do a great job of getting him the ball. But it's something about Vanderbilt. I mean, this offense by Vanderbilt, Pavia, they're attacking. Seen some more tackling by LSU as well, but I love the way Tim Beck's on the football team. We've seen a lot of elements of the option, getting to the edges. Pavia's done a great job here in Tennessee of throwing the ball to his wide receiver on what we kind of call a glance route, getting into that soft part of the zone. He has anticipation on the throws. He's able to see the field and here get the ball to his tight end. Played a big role on both sides of the field, Vanderbilt and with LSU. And then we saw this highlight early in the LSU, them identifying the fact that you got space, you got green grass, or you got green grass.
And he's decisive with it, too. He's not delaying. He sees something and hits it and goes. And right now, you mentioned it looks easy for them on offense. And this is against an LSU defense I think that we all respect quite a bit.
There's no doubt Blake Baker's done a fantastic job. However, not having weeks seems to have just a lot of eye candy that Pavia and Beck have rolled out so far. LSU has not been able to answer themselves so far. 22-21.
Smart.
No hot yoga for him this time.
No, that's a basic determination.
20 minutes of kickoff. Got an athlete for this one. Play like you said it, CD. That was going to be the man the Sooners wanted to lean on. 6 of 6. They lead to 7 in the break.
This halftime report is presented by Farm Ranch, the official frozen snack of the SEC. Now, cook it.
Do you enjoy women's and Olympic sports? The SPORE Act will support them. Here are the facts. The 4 major conferences spent more than $2.3 billion on basketball in 2024 and produced 381 U.S. Olympians who won 219 medals for Team USA in the Paris Olympics. The 4 conferences have also added more than 1,700 new scholarships for women since July 1st of this year. Ensure the continued support of women's and Olympic sports. Tell Congress to pass the sport at passthesport.com. Sunday device.
If we do, there goes Paris.
Whenever Paris. Famous. And house. Right. What are we speaking for French? Caitlin?
Croissants. Donuts, fancy guys. Croissant, please.
Domino's Best Deal Offer is back because we know you love to get the most out of your pizza by getting the most on your pizza. Get any hand-tossed pan, thin crust, or New York-style pizza with any toppings for just $9.99 online. Get extra without paying extra for $9.99 at Domino's.
Hockey is great for ladies. Stanley Cup. Yes. Yes.
This is SEC Saturday Night.
Most dead.
The aggressiveness in the scoring going forward. And one game, Bobby, I'm shooting stuff.
No, sir. They're competing. It's one thing, right before before halftime, he was all back there on the shoot. They get a field goal. 21 that's not says they've been able to convert it. 24-21. Obviously, we got Ole Miss Georgia to break down that game. And over on the right-hand side, A&M and so that game has been shifted back a little bit because of Mother Nature. Kick open 5. Back down to Athens. Hollywood caught off over the feet on the information.
The challenge is going to be this is his first SEC road start. And what does that mean? It means that it's going to be loud. It's going to be frenetic. The last time he had a road start in his college career, it was 16,000 people. Today, it's going to be 93,000 people. Kirby Smart is very aware of how much Lane Kiffin likes to change things at the line of scrimmage. Trinidad Chambliss will need to hear in his helmet communication and make checks late. So Kirby Smart challenged the crowd to make that difficult environment that they could possibly have to try to disrupt that broadcast communication with the sideline, particularly when they're trying to make checks late in the shot clock.
It will be loud, and there's a lot of loud talk about, hey, Trinidad has a big week, Heisman Trophy, but you look at the numbers too. But better not to sit there right there, bit by bit.
Why it's sneaky, this matchup of this comparison. It's not about the tempo. But the tempo, something like that, first off, the tempo break, expect to see a lot of that now.
Going back to what you said, man, I don't want people not giving stock that they're going to be deserves for this season so far. It's not about time people defense players, It's not a model of it's the Eddie Bauer edition. Yeah, good ball. Yeah, it's going to be nice different. Dave will be touchdown. I never heard so he's going to get his best out right now. But we trust in this matchup. Is there one way that you see Georgia is having a decisive advantage against Whitney?
It's tough. It's tough. I love all this stuff. One thing that is the ball back. You talk about the average 21 yards per game or so. Can Georgia and but not break in the run game. This is going to be the ball to go.
I agree with you. Kewan Lacey is the constant in this game. I also like the Ole Miss receivers. I think that's where they can have some big plays. I mean, this is the defensive back. This is just some explosive plays so far this year. The key is going to be, can they protect up front long enough to allow Trinidad to take some shots down the field against a Georgia defense that we talked about over and over again. This doesn't quite have the disruptiveness that we've seen from this.
How big of a dial up that pressure?
Do you think it's going to be a little bit more unconventional in terms of what they're going to do?
It has to be. It's not going to be a situation that we've seen in Oklahoma.
Lane Kiffin right now 1-9 versus 18 top 25 teams on the road in Trinidad Chambliss, making that first true SEC road start. All right, Mother Nature showed up. And between Texas A&M and Arkansas, that game pushed back a little bit further. But you said in this matchup for the Aggies, a little bit of a danger zone. Why is that? It's a danger zone. One, it's the first time they've done college championship for a month. So you're in the role in the SEC, you're in an environment where you feel a sense of urgency. The team is back in the corner. Last week they came out dangerous, run the football against Tennessee defense, but I really think it's Kalen Green here that could give the Aggie defense lots of fun. Since getting into SEC play, we're talking about the most proficient offense and converting third downs against the best defense and stopping third down conversion. So I think that's a straight on straight battle.
Well, Texas A&M, you talk about the fact that they have the highest speed in this game. Everybody's polished, but the other thing, very small, very sort of ball over. So Texas A&M needs to get in for the teams to get that offensive feeder.
We have an update to Van Bet on the show. We'll get to you in just a couple of moments. But right now, it is South Carolina trying to get back into this game. That defense moving. That defense that early start. Gamecocks battling 14-7.
eyewash, and talent, and 24/7 monkey usage. Right on that.
Are you using all the old spice?
That's it. All is love. Race.
That may be right. Yeah.
Sides, seeds, things. All
It's Gator Man out there.
this links. It's all. Get the home SEC. SEC.
And sex, it's not just the story that you tell, it's how you tell it.
Gotta be authentic and real.
What do you see? How do you feel?
And you're the very best players. It stinks.
I mean, the story of the Penn Dam is
Always special.
SEC legends. All the English.
Another clash of the old evidence round the rim at Barcelona.
baseball. Yes, we had and still. Yes, we had.
Back to the SEC halftime report. Diego Pavia making it look easy. The Doors have scored on 5 of their 6 possessions.